Hello everyone, my name is Rudo. If you're seeing my face for the first time, welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back. Today, we're going to be talking about interviews. So I'm basically going to give you advice on how to prepare for an audit senior interview. I hope you stay, I hope you subscribe, and you help me out to get to 400 subscribers. So let's get right into it. So to give you a background, especially if you're new to my channel, I moved from Harare, Zimbabwe to the UK this 2021 as an audit senior. And so I've got like a number of people who have been asking me about, how I made that move, and there are different various number of processes that get into it. So I'm going to break it down, and I'm going to start with this video where I talk about interviews and how best you can prepare for your interview. So as usual, I always try to make sure that my tips are sort of like numbered and sequential so that I don't get carried away. So yeah, let's start with the first thing that I would advise you to do. So the first thing that I would advise you to do is research on the firm. What is the firm known for? And what exactly are you looking for that can be found by that firm? So I think how I feel and what I think about an interview is, it's like you want to start a relationship of an employer and an employee with the firm, right? And so they want to know what you have to offer them, and you want to know what they have to offer you. So this interview is basically, the platform where you can have that exchange where they're going to be asking you why them. So the first thing is make sure that you research on the firm, know their values, know their current strategy, know their like what I said earlier, what they're known for, their branding, and maybe current initiatives that they are doing. If they're you find they've got like posts on LinkedIn, or even if they have a presence on other social media platforms, they can you can sort of tell what they're passionate about or what their strategy is all about, so that you show that you have an understanding of what they do, such that if you're asked, okay fine, why this particular firm, you can say that, okay, you guys are embarking on an expansion into maybe regions and territories that you weren't before, and I want to be part of that. Or this firm is like really good for this for financial services, or this firm is well known for its technology, or this firm, so that you really show that you've done your research, you've done your homework about them, you know what they can offer you, and it is what you want. So yeah, the first thing would be research on the firm. So the second thing is you need to understand the roles and responsibilities detailed in the vacancy and how you are the right person for the job. So when it's an audit senior role, usually it's about managing the team, managing the client, and managing your the engagement itself, like in terms of like the workspace, and also managing the engagement executives, the manager and the partner. So you need to show that you've been able to do it, share experiences, talk about the size of the teams that you have led before, talk about the size of the clients that you have led before, talk about the complexity of issues that you have dealt with before. You can even have experiences of the type of clients that you have dealt with before, so that people can find, like, they can see that you will be able to comfortably settle into that role, and even quicker as well. Show that you are very comfortable within that role, and you'll be able to hit the ground running. So that's the second thing. Really go through the responsibilities, because sometimes what a senior does might vary with the different firm. So you need to make sure that what your responses, they speak to what is in the vacancy. Because if they ask you why you feel like you are the right person for the job, that's where you can really speak to everything that is in the job description. They want someone who can manage the team, and even right now in the times of COVID, they speak of managing the team remotely. So talk about how you've been able to demonstrate that, how you've been been able to do that in your current role. Yeah. So I think that would be my second thing. So the third thing is that you need to know your technical. So if you're going to be an audit senior, the assumption is that you've progressed well in both your career and your academic. So you need to be quite fresh with your IFRS knowledge and also with your knowledge of the ISAs. So for example, if it's sector specific, if you're going into financial services, maybe banking, then your IFRS 9 should be on point. And if you're going into insurance, I think there's IFRS 17 now, and then industry and services, you might just need to know about your IFRS 16. But that doesn't mean it's the only standard that you know. You should be comfortable with all those standards. Know how let's say if you're going to be auditing banks, know how loans are going to be audited and deposits, those key and significant accounts that are in whatever sector that you're going to be in. Just have a basic understanding of significant risks, fraud risks, and then the procedures to address those risks. And then what else? You can also then mention how the use of experts and auditing of tax balances, just be comfortable with talking about all that. Be comfortable with being able to talk about managing an engagement from risk assessment and up until conclusion and reporting. So essentially, you need to be able to do that. Fourth thing is that you need to practice. So that helps you with confidence. You need to be confident. So when you practice more, you build your confidence. And then eloquence. Sometimes when you say something, you mean one thing and maybe it doesn't come out as you intended to. And sometimes, I don't know, maybe it's just because English is, well, for me, it's my second language. But yeah, sometimes things can be not very easy to explain. So you might start, if it's something like, tell me more about yourself. You need to have an answer before you get into an interview for that. So already practice, how am I going to structure my answer? What are the words that I'm going to say? Because it's possible that, sometimes you feel like you've expressed yourself, but if you then say that same thing to someone else, they will tell you that it means something different. So practice, well, maybe in front of a mirror, practice, if you have someone that you can trust, who can help you out, you can practice in front of them. And then there's that STAR interview technique, the situation, task, action, results, where you identify an event and then what happened, what did you do, and what was the result, and that type of thing. So you can also practice, think of experiences that you have encountered that you show certain things. For example, if you're then asked, think of a time when you almost missed a deadline, or a time when you missed a deadline, or think of a time when you let your team down, or think of a time when you extremely disappointed with yourself. So, those are things that you might need to just go through beforehand. Google audit senior interview questions. Try and think of, experiences that you've actually had that can speak to that. And then also, on that, okay, just a disclaimer there, even though you're going to be practicing, don't bring prepared speeches. Practicing just makes you more confident and eloquent, and it gives you an idea of what to say. However, when you then get into the interview, be as authentic as you can and really express yourself right there, what it is that you're thinking of at the moment. Yeah, the fifth point, but it's just, the sundry tips that you can also use. So be there on time. If you're going to be using whatever platform, test it out even the day before. Have backup for internet connection. I know, especially in Zoom, it's possible that if you're using Econet, it might then just be down on that time, or you're using network, it will be down. I'm not saying that they're always down, guys. I'm just saying something might just happen. So at least have a backup. Have a backup for internet, have a backup for electricity, have a backup for even the gadgets that you're going to use. Something might just happen to your laptop and you don't have an alternative way of communicating. So, try to be organized and prepare for it on time. And then eliminate background noise. Don't have babies crying. Try to find a room where there are no babies crying, or too loud noises that then distract, because it just can take someone to be put off. And then be presentable as well. because you just never know. I remember when I had my interview, I just dyed my hair. It was a deep blonde. It was short and it was dyed. Like, I don't think that people, I actually don't know if people here have a problem with it or not, but I think there are certain things that if you feel like someone might judge you for, you might as well just, cover it up, because these people do not know you. So first impressions count. If you feel like maybe, your hairstyle is just, for your red hair, you feel people will judge you for your red hair, then just put on a wig. I'm not saying that you're supposed to be someone that you're not, but I'm saying you need to be safe in terms of who you present yourself, because some people can view you in a certain way just because they saw your hair was red at that time, but maybe you're just doing it because you're working from home, and when you go to work you don't ordinarily have red hair. So I think you must be careful about that as well, making a good first impression, and then try to be likable, because people, the interview wants to just connect with you and see, okay, is this person, can I work with this person? Eventually it's just going to be about what their impression of you is, because a lot of people are really good. You can have like a very good CV, you have nice stories there, nice experiences, but someone might just be put off because of the vibe that you're going to be giving, or maybe just an attitude that you give them. So I think try as well to be likable, and then be honest. If you haven't done something, don't say you have done it, because for example, I'm in the banking sector, right? A lot of things are new because it's obvious. Financial markets in Zim are different from my financial markets here. So there isn't a lot of things that I would have said I know then. Be honest and upfront that you understand that you're going to a different market, things are going to be different, but you're ready and willing to learn. Sometimes that authenticity and honesty really, really helps. Yeah, guys, I think that's essentially my interview advice. If you've got any other specific questions that you have for me, you can connect with me on LinkedIn. I think that's my preferred platform for us to engage, because sometimes weird people can reach you on Facebook, on Instagram, so I won't really be knowing if this person genuinely wants to ask or they're just trolling. So I think my preferred platform for questions, you can reach me on LinkedIn. I use my full name, so you can connect with me there and you can ask me whatever you want to ask me there. Yeah, so guys, I wish you all the best in your jobs hunting. I hope I can help you out in the process with my videos. And if you haven't already, guys, please make sure that you subscribe. I'm trying to get to that 400 subscriber mark. Yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Until next time.